just like your girl. Before you know it, she will leave ya. No trace, no note, you'll never see ya. You ask her what you did and how to fix it. You try to find a way to get forgiveness. The search for pain has caused her an addiction. So I'm just here to tell you why. Why? It is what it is. Why? It is what it is, what it is.
Alright, greetings. My name is Adventure. Made it through. It looked like a consumer, as you can tell. They did not notice what I was doing. I think people think they're on video, and they're not. It's that wrong way. People think they're on video, and they're not on video at all. Just they're waving at me like I'm supposed to do something about it. I guess I can turn it that way. So, anyway. Alright, we're going to do a connection. And that's all I know. So, much love, blessings, and see you next time. Greetings to you. We are the Venetians from the Galactic Federation of Light. Venus beings from Venus, however you want to mention us. We are, yes, assisting your health on this planet. Finding one's purity. Oh yes, you can tell it's very difficult to find pure health in a third dimensional environment. And even many Zetas are much assistance to this and other species, but only what they are allowed to do as a human still has to learn their lessons through the third dimension, as we are aware of what we are not allowed to interfere with. Even through channelings, we can only say so much through our vibrations, because it would take you out of your lesson plan, your mission, easily by a word or two, even to give you the answers of your existence here. We have to be very, well, we already are aware. We have to be careful not to remove you from your lesson plan here on this planet. It is very easy for us to do so because we are aware of what we go through. We are aware of our lessons. But of course, on your world is just much harsher environment. So that is why so many have difficulties leaving this third dimension environment, which, yes, it's going to be some time before it finds its full healing. But eventually it will, because it's run its course in many ways. But of course, it's still up to the consciousness of this planet. But the third dimension will become, in some ways, more uneasy, meaning it's hit its point where there's nowhere else to go but up, basically. Or maybe the fourth dimension vibrations is all the answers anyone can find anymore, because third dimension is no longer offering a satisfying existence. Still, third dimension is still adding to your existence, isn't it, of comfort. When it no longer has comfort, most will find another route, and that will be through assistance. As many find discomfort already and looking for a direction, by connecting to aliens is not exactly everyone's cup of tea, as you can see. Some would just want the winning lottery tickets, and that is all. And then it'll be fine for the rest of their lives, as many of you can probably pick up on that energy field. We realize there's much more to learn in this reality. But a lot of it has to do with health, mental health, body health. Your astral is just causing a lot of difficulties. As for distractions, your astral is hostile as your third dimension in many ways. It is in some ways worse at times, as it adds more drama to your third dimension environment, let's put it that way. Especially when those of you are awakening to more the high vibrations, it becomes more and more difficult to focus on what is right in the third. So many tests are brought into the third dimension to keep you from your ascension process, let's put it that way, through astral connections. It does happen, not always, but it does exist. But at this time, yes, oh yes, your Hillary Clinton, yes, is very much involved with your non-ascension. As yes, there's always a galactic prison already ready for her. Also, and there is a version of her that is, she's being watched carefully. Yes, she's a very dangerous individual. Some might not always agree with that, but she is not exactly, she is a very controlling being, let's put it that way. She has many followers also. Many of you can probably pick up with that energy field. And yes, there are male energies that are strong in some regard, but she has strength because of her anger of the loss that she continues to go through as she wishes to be dominant over others. Not to say she is, yes, a dark incarnation, but in many ways she is at this time. There is a positive energy there, but it's very out of focus at this time. As yes, she felt the cabal turn their backs on her, which they have, and also locked her out. So if her health begins to decline, we would not be surprised. Of course, at her age, it's also very easy to understand that. I believe it's already in the decline, but will continue. As because her energy is tired of this planet and ready to let go. So, as for how long she has here, I see several years. But still, she's going to become weaker and weaker throughout her time here. So that is our message to you at this time. Yes, we don't have much to say as for where your world is going, because that's up to you. There are other beings that will bring that message to you, but timeline beings, so. Blessings. This is Novak. Blessings. Fuck. I don't know how you humans even do. How do you do this? I look like I'm in my town, Reptilian town. I realize there's dinosaur worlds that are just eager to be a part of your society. Some are there to eat people, not everybody. What I am here for is just basically to say hello. There's only so much I can bring myself through here because I don't want to be too recognized. I'm not good at autographs, at least not at this time. One moment. My message for your society is, well, first off, it's got a long ways to go to let go of this third dimension of self. It's got to start liking itself too. It doesn't really like itself that much. Then you're not really happy with who they are or any of that attribute. You're just kind of, I'm here, I'm me, I don't like it. So that's where self-love really needs to be activated. And so when you look at it that way, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. Of course, some are really so stuck on themselves that they can't even be around them half the time. And yes, a lot of those are lower energies. Those that are very narcissistic can become negative entities over time, possibly. It depends on what they don't get, what doesn't work for them. So it is true that those that are on your planet at this time, as human, can turn to a negative entity, depending on how they leave. It depending how much they like darkness. It all depends. Some souls heal, some souls don't. Some do become a lower vibration. They become a pain in the ass in the lower astral realms. So to kind of give you an idea of how that operates. Some with a continuing negative force usually become negative entities eventually. Not always the case. I want to make sure that's not always the case, but many do become that route. Through suicide's one way, and there's other attributes to it. And yes, they can be great teachers, but also a great pain in the ass, because they're serving themselves now, fully as a negative entity. So you wonder where negative entities come from. Souls that are created that just want everything for them, basically. And they're all around your world, not necessarily around you, but they are focusing on those of a weak vibration, basically, those that they can get into their mind control, basically. To give you more understanding of that. One moment. Let them go by. Hear this bullshit around me. So to give you more of a detail of negative forces, so those that are kind of a pain in the ass and just don't see it, think they know everything and narcissistic or low vibration, chances are they can become a dark entity eventually. It all depends on a fallen angel, to give you more examples of that. It's just that's kind of that crap we deal with, basically. It's just the way it is. Hope my hair looks okay. But there's more details on this, but it kind of gives you an output, or at least an outlook of how your world works. Basically, when souls are created in this world environment, some instantly became lower energies. Some did. That's why you have more on your planet. That's not always the case all the time, but some just want it all for themselves. Me, nobody else. And there's that, but and some do change that attitude, but it all depends on the soul itself. So a lot of those that commit suicide are not always the case, but some of them are just, it's all about me, who cares about anybody else. So, and it can become a real problem also in the astral world, and also the channeling world also. That's when they come in and start interfering with everybody's stuff, to give you more of an understanding of that. So yeah, to stop your world from ascending and getting in, and telling you the world's gonna end, stuff like that, and everybody gets their cult self, create a cult, things of that sort. It's just a big mess, but you give you an idea of its operations. Because let me tell you, as you become more aware of what's going on, you're going to start seeing it more and more. As your vibration shifts, you will see it. I better be going now. This place is too weird for me. See you later.